Crystal, what's the first question?
What's the problem?
Ah, perfect. Take it away.
I deal with a lot of procrastination.
Okay. And what's the problem with that?
It causes a lot of setbacks in my life and causes me to feel guilty often.
What do you feel guilty about?
Not showing up in my life the best way I can.
What does that look like?
I guess it's different in all areas of my life, but it really does impact all areas of my life. As a parent, I feel like if I'm procrastinating things that I'm not giving my kids the best quality of life they could have. If I'm procrastinating on even just like housework, it makes me feel guilty if I see things that are like built up that I should be doing. Show up in like every area of my life, and no matter where it shows up, I think it gives me the same feelings.
Crystal,
Okay.
conscious or subconscious so far?
Conscious.
Has there been anything subconscious?
There was a second there I thought maybe there was like an and but then I felt it went conscious again.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was a couple little
Mhm.
just suggestions that it's there, but really
Yeah.
it was all conscious.
I
So,
instantly felt my eyes start to tear up.
yeah.
I think that's why I started just thinking instead of going with I kind of blocked that.
Did you notice the eyes tearing up right at the start, Crystal?
No, no, I
Yeah.
didn't. My screens. I keep like trying to shut off my self view, but I guess maybe because I'm pinned, I can't. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
myself.
it's good to see yourself as well, I think personally, although you don't have to.
Okay.
Is the tearing up conscious or subconscious?
Subconscious.
Right. And so why would that happen?
It's hitting
Right.
on.
Yeah, exactly. Because as soon as you say what's the problem, already her subconscious is like, okay, I'm here. I know what's happening. I know what you're gonna do.
So how do I go subconscious?
Yeah, how do you? So use the principles from this morning. What are they?
The principles.
Yeah, what are the three principles from this morning? Module one is be curious. Module two is interview
Interview.
and curious about investigate the problem. Three is extend any unconscious moments you see. So the way to make somebody unconscious or go into their subconscious is to not try, is to not care about that
Yeah.
and follow the principles
Okay.
and slow down.
So what's most important about procrastination for you?
Good question. Or maybe you could say, what's most important about getting rid of procrastination?
Really waters down the way I want to show up in my life.
How do you want to show up in your life?
I want to be the absolute best at everything I do. And if I'm not, I feel like I'm failing.
What does it mean to be the absolute best?
Nice. See, you got her there.
Something that I feel like I could look back on and wouldn't fix anything.
Something
Is
you
there
could look back on and what?
And there wouldn't be anything I'd fix about it.
Okay. Why
is
are you asking about looking back on it just out of curiosity?
Because I'm
What?
always reflecting.
Okay, so the reflecting bothers you.
I'm
What
always reflecting.
what are you crying about?
No idea.
What do you feel? What are you feeling? I mean, I think Crystal,
Didn't
when
know this was gonna
somebody's
happen. I don't know
yeah,
if I would have done
exactly.
this if
I
I
think that's it. When somebody is having a really strong subconscious experience, I think all the questions sort of get irrelevant. And the only question that matters is what are you feeling? Because, like right now, I mean, we're literally 1 minute in, 2 minutes in, and she's already hypnotized. So there's nothing to do. She already, she's already having the experience she came for. So all we want to know from her now is what do you feel? And take your time. You're doing a great job. It's okay. Take your time. You can talk to him. Just tell them or go close the door, whatever you need to do. It's fine. And this is part of a regular session, guys. Everybody has kids, everybody has a spouse. I always have these experiences, and that's all you do is just tell the person it's all good.
Here.
No worries, just go take care of it. We're not in a rush, everything's cool. Always reassuring. That's it. That's the whole job is keep everybody comfortable and safe. Take your time, you're doing great.
I'm here.
Yeah, you're good. I was just asking you what you were feeling. You might be feeling something different now that you got up.
A little bit, but
Just take your time. No rush.
I guess it makes me feel super disappointed in myself.
Yeah. And what's not fun about that?
I guess it like sucks to feel like you're, what is it? I feel like I'm like wasting
You're what? Wasting?
like the gift of life if I'm not showing up at like my 100%.
Okay. Yeah. Are you a good mom?
Yeah, absolutely. I could do better though. I feel like I was just telling my husband last night. It's weird that I'm talking about this because like I was just telling my husband last night that like I don't know, I feel like I'm not showing up at my best.
Uh-huh. But you're a good mom.
Yeah.
Is that important?
So important.
Are you proud of it?
Very.
So we got that going for you.
Yeah.
Do you give yourself credit?
Consciously.
Okay. Do you need to give more credit?
Absolutely. If I was something else, I know I'd give myself a lot more grace.
Okay. So you're good at doing it for others?
Yeah, very.
Okay. So why aren't you on your own list?
I have no idea.
So let me ask you something. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Crystal, but you got her so good. We have to just continue on here. I mean, and good credit to you, Crystal, for doing it in 2 minutes flat. But I know you're a yogi. I know you have a yoga business, and I have a yoga business. I have had a yoga business, so I know a lot about yoga. And one thing I know about yoga is it's a path of the heart. I mean, my kids have been in your class. It's going to make me cry. So I know that you know that. So what's going on? Why are you missing it?
Like there's a disconnect there. Like I
Yeah.
can't connect to my own heart. And it's like when I just did my full yoga teacher training and we did our like Dharma code and I realized that like the whole point of my existence on this earth is to have an open heart and to follow
Yeah.
my heart. And that's what brought me here.
Yeah. And what makes you a great mom
Yeah, absolutely.
and wife?
Yeah, love is never denied for me. Never. Never, no
Right.
matter what. No matter ever, ever.
So you're not procrastinating love.
Hey, I'm not. That's right.
Isn't that good? Isn't that a great
Yeah,
thing?
that feels so good. Yeah, you're
Isn't
right.
isn't that the most important thing to not procrastinate?
It is. Yeah.
Isn't it true that a lot of people have missed that?
Yeah.
Except not you.
Rock. I was like, oh, I'll volunteer. Like, I'm like,
It's perfect. It's great. Well, and you gave me a great opportunity here to just, this is what I would do in a regular session when somebody who I know from their discovery call or from their life is an amazing person and has already done amazing things. Why would I not remind them? Like, that's the best hypnosis. So now she has more energy to get through this procrastination so-called problem rather than starting from nothing. So that's just what I'm doing. Is just reminding her like, well, you wouldn't be here with me as a client, with me in training, whatever the case may be, were you not already very far along here. Like, it always makes me laugh when people say to me, like, oh, I need spiritual education. A lot of people tell me that. Tell me more about educating my spirit. Like, well, you came to a hypnotist. Like, don't tell me you don't know anything about it. Like, obviously you do. So now that we know what we know, what are you curious about? Crystal, what do you know about her now? Okay, and what are you noticing? What just happened? Why is it just for the sake of the education for the video watchers later? What just happened? Just describe to me. Yeah, and why? Why would that be?
Probably because of the crying. I don't know about you,
Mhm.
it makes me hot.
Yeah, and why? What was on the list of unconscious moments that we just went over?
It was about getting flushed, I think, or face
Yeah,
turning.
exactly. So you have perfect evidence right now of a lot of unconscious activity:
Hmm.
crying, heart melting, hot, change of appearance. A lot just happened. It's only been like what, 6 minutes, 7 minutes? I'm telling you, it's a speed method. So, what do you know, Crystal, now about Amanda
I
so far?
know. I know that she's a great mom and wife, and that she is very open-hearted
Yep.
and cares a lot about people. And I know that she knows on some level that that's actually the most important thing
Yep.
about being there and showing up for people.
What do you know about her problem?
Well, I suspect it's not as big of a problem as she thinks it is.
Right.
Probably she's doing all the most important things already.
Mhm.
And her problem is actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I think her problem is more about being critical of herself than actually procrastinating.
Okay, but what if she really wants to stop procrastinating? See, like that, Crystal, I'm not saying you're wrong. I think that's possible, but I want to strongly caution you that that will not create hypnosis for the
Mhm.
sheer reason, even if you're right, that the subconscious mind will say, but you didn't listen to me already.
Yeah, yeah,
You
no.
know what I mean? So it might just say to you, no, no, procrastination is a problem for me.
I wouldn't have said this in a session to the person, but you're asking me what I know, so I'm like pretending she's not there.
But I'm also saying be watchful in your head
Yeah.
of what you think. I'm not saying it's wrong. It could be totally right. Like Patrick did this in the last session and he nailed it. He was right.
Yeah, but I think too that like if you know that it's probably not as much of a problem, but it's still the problem that she wants to solve,
That's it. That's it. You just got
right?
it. That's it. That's
That's
it.
the important part.
Yeah, and so that's the whole thing is so what do we know about the problem that she would like to leave solved? You are not wrong that probably she's too hard on herself, but tell me what you know about what she thinks
I
is her
will
problem.
say though, it absolutely has caused problems in my life, financial and like with my business and things with like my kids, like being registered for school on time and things like that. Like it really, I don't know what it is. There's something in me. It's like I can't, it almost feels like I can't do something unless it's at the last minute and then I get like a dopamine rush from it.
Mm.
So it,
Wow, wow. She just gave you so much to work with. That's so good. Right.
Something, what is it in you?
I think I get bored easy maybe.
Okay.
And like I need some kind of like if things are just regular and boring, then there's like no excitement and it feels like pointless. I have a
What
sense of pain.
does it give you a sense of excitement to fuck things up?
No, it's like when they don't get fucked up when I think they're gonna get fucked up and then they don't. It's like,
Then
woo!
so you're excited that you saved the day kind of?
Yeah,
Do
not
you
like
do you have any memories of like creating excitement that's doesn't have a negative spin on it?
absolutely.
Do you prefer that?
Yeah, 100%.
What's the benefit of creating the drama?
There isn't. I think I'm like really addicted to I feel like I'm almost there, but
Take your time. You're doing a great job. You think you're kind of addicted to,
just that rush of like dopamine. I don't know. I don't know.
so just out of curiosity, why don't you create dopamine like the usual ways?
Yeah, and I do, and like it's funny because I started running and I won't it was years started running years ago. I won't just go do 2 kilometers. I was like training for like a 50-kilometer mountain race. Like I won't like I don't do things a little bit. Like if I do something, it's like all the way.
Crystal's a runner as well. Do you have any questions, Crystal?
Like reading my biography right now.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But
And,
what,
and by the way, when that happens, when you like can really relate to the client, I mean, you guys have mostly all been in my sessions. You know that I do it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it if you feel comfortable.
yeah. I'm curious though, like you say you're addicted to the dopamine, but in the moment that you believe that you should do something and you don't, what's the benefit then?
No benefit. I just feel dread all the time. It's in the back of my mind. And I
What's,
think this causes I deal with a lot of fatigue
I was
and
just gonna ask you, what is it costing you?
I deal with a lot of constant fatigue. And I think
What's
this
the
is a
long-term immune problem associated with that?
right?
What
Absolutely.
what is it?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
I have an autoimmune disease, if that's what you're asking.
right. How long have you had it?
Like 6 years now.
Okay. Was it triggered by something?
After I gave birth
Okay.
to my third child, so I don't know.
Is it related to stress?
It's like
In your
inflammatory bowel disease.
yeah, but I mean, I know none of us are doctors, but is your impression that it is? Is that why you're sharing it?
Well, I mean, I feel like our gut health is related to our stress levels. So for
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think so. I'm just wondering if you do.
yeah, I do.
Okay.
I've lived a very stressful life. So I had a really like traumatic childhood. So
So giving up the procrastination would be good for your health, is that right?
it'd be so freeing. Yeah, I feel like it would be life changing for me.
What else would it be good for? Your health, also your parenting, also your marriage?
But yeah, absolutely. It does.
Okay.
My husband likes to get things done the second, like, 2 seconds before
Right.
they then come up, like
Yeah,
somehow.
yeah. He's the
And I,
preemptive one.
ooh, it drives him crazy. He'll ask me over and over and over if I've
Did
done
you do it? Okay, so it would improve your life like totally.
every aspect.
Do you want to keep some of it?
No.
Crystal, I can't help myself. Do you want to ask a question? Go ahead.
Have there been cases where you have done something right away?
Yes.
Oh,
How
that's a good question.
did it feel?
So good. I felt like a different person. Like it was like everything felt so crystal clear and like I wasn't walking through mud. A lot of times I feel like I'm going through mud because there's so many things like that I'm thinking of in the back of my mind that were due like a month ago that I haven't done yet. So how am I supposed to do what's like supposed to be done today
Yeah.
if I've
It
got this like backlog?
Are all your like shoes figuratively muddy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every aspect of my life, I feel like there's something that,
Is muddy?
yeah,
So everything has mud on it?
I feel like that. Yeah,
Do you like that?
I hate it. I hate it.
Do you like things being tidy?
Yeah.
That room you're in looks pretty tidy. So you don't like having mud on everything. Would stopping procrastination stop that?
Yeah, I feel like it would alleviate a lot of the like
Things would be
brain.
cleaner.
Yeah, I have a lot of brain fog, I feel like, because I'm constantly cycling through a list
How long do you want this change to last?
forever.
Okay, when do you want it to begin?
Yesterday.
Okay. What's stopping you?
I don't know. I've always tried to figure it out, and I came up with so many different reasons. Like I have like executive dysfunction disorder, or have ADHD, or I am addicted to dopamine, or a million different reasons. And I honestly don't know.
What do you think?
Hmm.
What's your intuition?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really feel like I'm holding myself back because I feel like I'll have to show up in a way that maybe I feel like I'm not equipped for. Like I'm
Ah,
not good enough.
okay. You're not good enough.
Yeah.
That's interesting, Crystal. That's what you said to begin with.
Oh yeah, it is, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So, Crystal, what do you want to ask her about that? And
What's what's scary about showing up?
do you need to get a tissue? Go ahead.
Um, then I'll have no more excuses as to why things aren't getting done, I guess. It'll be like just me at my hole. Hmm. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
What? What are you laughing at?
And that's what it is. I wouldn't have some kind of like thing to hide behind, like, oh, well, if that didn't go right, or if it wasn't my idea of perfect, it doesn't really matter because I was procrastinating and I couldn't show up at my best.
Mm. So you do it at the last minute and it's amazing because you got it done at all, because you did it with no time at all. And it doesn't matter how good it is because it got done. And that's amazing.
And then if I have to put my whole effort into it, then it's really showing what I'm fully capable of and not with some kind of like excuse.
And you worried it won't be good enough. Good enough for who?
Me.
And what does good enough mean?
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know if it ever would be.
So you're waiting for something that's never possible?
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
So well. I cried.
How much time do you have to wait for something that will never happen?
Yeah, none. I've got no time. I'm 44. I want to live my life and
Wouldn't it be better to just be better?
Say the question again.
Wouldn't it be better to just be a little bit better if
I,
that's what?
Hmm. Yeah, it
What's
really
the
would.
what's the bar that
when did
what's
you start? When did do you remember perfectionism starting?
Around like 14, I started really heavily procrastinating because I felt like if I couldn't be the best at something, I was like, I put it off to the last minute because it just sounded so draining to.
Why 14? Did something occur at that age or you just became realizing it?
I think I had like a really traumatic event when I was about 10.
Uh-huh.
I lost a parent really traumatically.
Okay.
And yeah, that was always like really, I had really, really high grades in school and stuff. And then I don't know, like just grasping at anything right now. I feel it.
Yeah, that's fine. You're doing a great job.
um, I think that's when I started not feeling good enough, probably. Yeah,
At 10 or 14?
at 14 around there. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Has it been continuous since then? So you're 44 now, so it's been 30 years.
Only.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. So you've been not good enough for the whole 3 decades?
Yeah, the whole time.
Is that legit?
Yeah,
Really? You haven't been good enough for 30 years?
I'm sure.
Have you
Sure.
learned anything in that time that has made you better than you were before?
Oh my God, yeah. Like becoming a parent made me a completely different human.
So how is it that you still believe the same thing that you believe then now?
Hmm.
If you're a
Yeah,
completely different human?
yeah. I always say I have like two brains.
Uh-huh. Which are?
There's like me,
Uh-huh.
and then there's my brain, like
Okay.
brain that does like the thinking.
Uh-huh. Oh, but so which one are you? Are you both?
Depends on the day. No.
Okay. Which one do you like better? Which one do you
No, I want to be just me without all of the extra thinking and the judgment and
can you imagine that person?
I know it would feel so much lighter and it would
That's it. That's it. Yep. What was that?
hmm.
What was that?
I don't know, I have this like vision of myself without all of this staticky feeling. Causes anxiety and stuff too, right? So just imagine myself like this soft, lovely being without all this weight.
So when somebody says they can imagine themselves the way they want to be, what's the easiest thing to do? Crystal, what do you think?
When they say they can or they can't.
I think she said she could, right? Yeah. When they say they can, what's the easiest thing to do next?
You from being that person.
I would not say what stops you because then we go into negative hypnosis. I mean, not that that question is negative, but it takes her back into the problem. I would utilize, remember that word utilization? I would utilize that moment and expand it.
Yeah. So,
So tell me about her.
okay, so you would still go general because I was wondering if we go back to like what would that person do if they had a thing to do?
I mean, I might go there eventually, but she just said she just looked off into space and beautifully set and beautifully visualized herself as this warm, loving, in control, dignified version of herself. And she like dared to dream there for a second.
Mhm.
That all my job is to notice that and expand it.
Yeah.
I don't have to maneuver it. I don't have to force an answer. Just give her more space for it. So I would really just let her go there. So tell me more about her.
Yeah. What does her life look like?
Yeah. Who is she? What does she wear? How does she wear her hair?
She wears her hair down every day and not in a crusty, messy bun.
Do you see how that's weird that I knew to ask her that?
Yeah.
But see that, I just want everybody to notice that's subconsciousness at work. Like, why did I know that? I have no fucking idea, but I did. And I just said what was on my mind. And then it helped her to admit something.
And that's a big thing for me. It's something that really bothers me.
Yeah. And you just did it beautifully. She wears her hair down every day, not in a bun, as I do not like doing because that's procrastinating doing my hair.
Uh-huh.
Right. Okay. So I'm just saying, trust your subconscious because it knows what to ask the client. That created rapport in a way I could never do with, like, oh, so where'd you park today?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So she wears her hair down because that's the real her. And she doesn't wear it in a bun every day that when she looks in the mirror, she doesn't like it. And what
Mhm.
does she wear?
First clothes that actually fit her.
Okay, perfect. See? And anything in specific?
Really good fitting jeans.
Yeah. So she wears really good fitting jeans that fit, and her hair is down, and she feels good that way. And what else? I can see it. Good fitting jeans, hair down, and continue. Look at that face. It's so sweet. It's so beautiful. That's what we want. That's hypnotic. That's hypnosis at work. Did I tell her, okay, now let's imagine the person you've always wanted to be. Tell me where she is. Who is she? That's the way that regular hypnosis works, right? This is just a casual conversation where she's doing time travel. Okay, so I'm going to time travel with her. Just get on my little time traveling machine. What is she doing?
Yeah, so yeah, just really good fitting clothes that make me feel good about myself.
Yep. And what is she doing? Yeah. That's it. Take your time. That's it.
No, she's free.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel constantly caged and tied down.
Yeah. That's it. Take your time. That's it. She feels free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is how she came to Earth to feel, to be free.
No mud on her shoes.
Nice. Good. Excellent, Crystal. That's utilization. That's what she said was bothering her. Beautiful. Excellent. Clean shoes, tight fitting jeans, hair down, freedom, not caged in. Does she procrastinate?
No,
No.
she does not. No,
It's because it doesn't feel that good to her.
no, it feels terrible.
Right.
Yeah, I want to just do what feels good.
Yeah,
What moves
exactly.
me forward.
So you want to do what feels good.
She has financial freedom. Yeah,
Yeah,
financial
right.
freedom.
Does procrastinating feel good to you? Does it feel good?
Feels
You keep telling me it gives you dopamine, but does it?
feels comfortable in some weird way. I don't know what.
Right. Familiar.
Familiar. Yeah,
Does it feel good?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't feel good.
it does not.
Would you prefer to do things that feel good or feel familiar? Are you sure? That's it. Take your
Yeah,
time.
I paused there.
I know. I saw.
No.
I want the real answer though. So if you're lying, you should tell me. Which one do you really want?
Part of me prefers familiar because I know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't know that. I didn't
That's
even.
right. That's normal. That's how the subconscious mind operates. It wants the familiar thing. That's normal. That's not weird. That's normal. But does it work for you?
Does not work for me.
Okay. What's happening right now?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm on another planet now. Holy
Are,
cow. I
are
wasn't
you?
expecting this at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even looking at myself, I don't recognize myself right now. I feel very weird.
Yeah. Welcome to the wide world of conversational hypnosis.
Wow.
You're
Yeah.
about to make a career out of this, so it's good that you get to experience it. This
Mhm.
is why it's very powerful and why it's very easy to monetize, just to be practical about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very effective. All I'm doing is asking you the truth about who you are. That's what Crystal's doing too. If I would stop interrupting her. What do you want to know, Crystal? What are you curious about? How do you want to interview her further?
I just got lost.
Yeah,
It's like following along in my
that's
brain.
normal. Well, for one thing, I'm interrupting, but also I'm often very lost in my own sessions as well. That's it. That's it. So, what do you want out of this, Amanda? When I get lost, I just ask them. So, what do you want? Where are you?
Want to be. No, that's not it. I was gonna say I want to be the best version of myself, but that's what got me here. So
That's right. That's your conscious mind. So, it's not that.
not that.
It's just trying to help you. It's not like trying to mess you up, but it's not accurate. So, that's not what you want. Take your time.
Show up every day.
Yeah.
That's that's what I want. I just want to be able to,
Show up and do the things that are needed that day.
yeah,
And like do the day things the day they're needed, not the next day.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. I just want to be able to show up.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's more than enough, right?
Yeah,
Is that what your kids need?
it is. That's all they need, right? I
Yeah,
love
that's all
them.
they need.
I
Yeah.
take care of them.
Yep. All they need is for you to show up for them
Yeah,
and like register them for school on time, for example.
right. Also that.
Yeah. No, but I mean that's what you're saying, isn't it? That showing up means doing the things they need on
Yeah,
time so
doing
that
the
they're
right
not
thing.
stressed, so that they can depend on you. Isn't that part of it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it would be of a benefit to them as well.
it would have such a ripple effect. Everything we do, I feel like, has such a big ripple effect outside of ourselves, right?
What's the connection to money?
I feel like I don't even know. I don't honestly.
I'm just curious because you mentioned that it would really impact your ability to monetize your life or plan your budget or something like that.
Yeah. Um,
Does that still matter?
it does. It matters so much to me. I really feel uncomfortable financially, and I was a stay-at-home mom for a long time. And I feel, I don't know, it just puts a lot of, hmm, I feel very uncomfortable not having my own money and feeling like I'm not contributing enough financially to our home and to our life. I hate that. I hate that. And sometimes it is procrastination or like laziness that will prevent me from doing my best in my business. And I have so many ideas. I have so many ideas. I just don't know how to sit down and do them. And I put it off and I put it off and I put it off. And it's like now there's so many ideas in my head. I don't know which one to pick first.
What do you want to know, Crystal? What do you know so far?
I want to know,
Mhm.
does do you not know how to sit down, or are you afraid to sit down because you're afraid it won't be perfect?
Yeah, that's, I'm afraid it won't.
But you already said that to be enough, you just need to show up. So how could you show up for yourself?
But is that just showing up enough when it
That's what you
comes
said.
to something like a job?
Well, if you're not showing up for yourself yet, wouldn't showing up be better than not showing up?
Yeah, yeah. Because yeah, if I'd started all these ideas that I had like a year ago, I'd be a year into perfecting it, right? Instead of at zero.
Do like pro athletes do everything perfectly? How do they become pros? Yeah, they miss more than they score, right?
Mhm. Right.
I always tell everyone Mike the tennis example, the tennis guy, he says he misses half the shots. He only makes half of them, but he always, when he misses, comes back for the next one. It's what's his name? Richard Federer,
Sure.
right? I think I told you this one, Crystal, but it's true, right? He misses half the shots, but he's the best in the world. So what's going on? How is that possible? How can you miss half of everything, which is not perfect, and still be the best?
Keep showing
Pardon?
up.
Exactly. Just get the next one. Miss one, get one. Miss one, get one. Maybe get 2 in a row on a good day. So, how does somebody of that caliber make peace with that? What is he doing that you're not doing?
Giving themselves grace.
Ooh, good answer. So now we're back to the life of the heart.
Right.
Okay. Which you said you were good at.
Yeah.
So what part of the life of the heart are you missing?
For myself.
Okay. What does it look like to do it?
Loving myself and giving myself as much empathy and grace as I give everyone else.
Okay. Is it time for that? How do you know?
Because I'm here doing it.
Right, exactly. And it's not working to not do it. And it's not in line with your karma, which you have decided is a yogic path.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That can't happen with it.
Yeah, but it's happening.
Yeah.
So then what's going on? This is called clashing reality, where I'm like, but you are on the one hand one thing, but then you're not really the thing you said you are. So which reality is real to you? So I'm just asking her, okay, you said 2 different things. Which is it? It's not that she's right or wrong. It's that her mind has not reconciled these things yet. So we're given an opportunity now. So are you a yogi and a path of the heart, or are you a self-critical version of that?
No, no. I'm not negative things that I've succumbed to.
Okay. But you have been.
I have.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you want to change?
I want to let go of my connection to them,
Okay. Go ahead.
struggle feelings I have with it.
Can you do it now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Take your time. That's it. See, did I tell her to close her eyes? That's hypnosis. If I hadn't interrupted right there, she would have kept them closed. That's it. I didn't tell her how to do it. I just said, go ahead and do it. That's it. No rush.
Holy cow, yeah.
Nice.
The,
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know.
Isn't it great? Right. Yeah. So what's happening? What
Well,
happens? What happens when
I don't know.
that's right. That's right. You're doing a great job. What happens when it creeps back and it wants your attention again? What happens then?
I think I need to sit down and have like a real conversation with myself and not just ignore those feelings and pretend they aren't there. I think I need to face them head on.
Wow, that's cool. That's huge.
Yeah.
Good job. That's amazing. You mean like in the moment you need to face them head on? So like next time you think like, "Oh, I'll procrastinate this so I can get my dopamine later." You say to it, "Hey, wait a second. Why are you doing this to me?" Is that what you mean? Okay. What else would you say?
Not benefit me in any way.
Perfect. I love that. This is not benefiting me, mind. What are you doing? Stop. You can even say cancel. Cancel that mind. Cancel that idea. Okay.
Let go.
Yeah.
Like,
And what about when it says, I can't face this. It's too overwhelming because I'm not going to do it perfectly.
Oh, great question, Crystal. Perfect. That's it. Nice. See, you got her. Good job. Excellent. And then just reassure her. Just say, yep, take your time. You're doing a great job. Encourage, reassure, no rush.
Perfect. I just need to do it.
Right.
Just need to show up.
Do you believe her, Crystal? Do you believe her right now? I don't know if I believe her. Do you? When she says, I just need to do it, I just need to show up.
How will it feel if you just show up and you do it?
Yeah, good.
It's
Perfection.
going to feel really freeing.
Okay.
I think just, it might take a couple times.
Yeah.
Like what that feels like.
Yeah.
Ask her how she feels about that.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that it might take a bunch of times.
That stresses me out a little bit.
Yeah.
That there's like a waiting period.
So this is a new knot, just so that we're watching the interview unfolding. So we've done a few knots now, probably what, 4 or 5 different ones, right? And you've seen them unravel, and then some tears, and then coming back to the center. But now we just discovered a whole other one, which is, I don't know if I will, what?
Waiting period.
Yeah, and I don't know if I will like how that feels. Oh, that is a good point. Right. So then we know we're not done.
So what is the problem with the waiting period?
Yeah.
I don't want to like live in limbo.
Okay.
Feeling like I'm between two, like I'm between my old self and this new version that I want.
So we were talking about the athletes, right? And they show up and they know that they're going to miss and then they do better. Do you expect that you're just going to do it perfectly the first try?
Oh,
Is it worth trying even if you don't?
yeah. And yeah, I can do that right away.
Yeah, you can try right away.
I can do it right away.
Right.
Right? I can just do it right away. I could just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And how does that feel?
Even go deeper and say that would feel good, right?
Okay.
I mean, because we've asked her, how do you feel so many times? But now we can see that this is what she wants. So we can even, that's a little bit of affirmation or suggestion, right? That would feel good.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
I can't imagine how light that would make me feel.
So I just keep saying it back to her. Wow, so that would make you feel so light, lighter than you can even imagine.
Mm.
Wow, that sounds worth doing. Why would you not do that? What would stop you? Are you at a point in your life where that's what you deserve, is to feel that lightness and freedom? Did you earn that space?
And I'm finally like exactly where I want to be. I've been wanting to move back to the Maritimes for like 25 years.
Right.
And my first year here.
How did you pull that off, Amanda?
Manifestation.
Okay, so you're a powerful manifester to the point where you moved a family of 5 to where you wanted to be. My birthplace, by the way. Okay.
Yeah.
And that took a lot of effort.
Not really. Like yes and no. It
Did it take spiritual effort?
yes, tons.
Okay.
Lots. And just I believe in holy cow. I don't know what I believe anymore. My brain is like mush now.
Perfect. Excellent. That's great.
I
Welcome,
believe,
welcome to my world.
I believe in something. I just forget what it
Yeah.
is.
Before I started Maya's course, I had some beliefs.
Yeah.
Uh,
I keep thinking it. I don't even know what it is anymore. Oh my gosh.
yeah. Do you still believe in love?
In what? Of
Love?
course.
Do you still believe in the yogic path?
Yes.
Do you think that manifesting a dream life has something to do with your investment in all of that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because when it happened, everything just kind of
Right. Fell together. Like when I moved to Canada.
there were no obstacles. It just
Right.
happened.
Exactly. Because it was meant to be.
Mhm.
Is this next chapter following that same trajectory?
I hope
That's it.
so.
I mean, is it likely that it is?
Yes,
Okay.
because it's no different, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So is it that surprising that you didn't just like figure out your career in 30 seconds? I mean, do you know that I'm on my fourth or fifth career right now? I was a real estate agent. I was a yoga teacher. Like, is any of this surprising us as seekers, as people who seek?
And that's the thing. I'm on like my third or fourth as well.
Okay, but I'm asking you, so
Right.
what?
Of course.
Isn't that the journey?
Mhm.
Okay. Is it okay for it to land somewhere now?
It's definitely time.
Right, exactly. Because that's what a journey is. Does it mean you failed?
No,
Right.
no, it's like I succeeded because I found it, right?
Boom. Say it again. It's
I
like
succeeded because I found it.
that's right. And it's not just you, you have four other people there who are following your destiny.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Okay, so review the problem. It probably looks different than it did when we started. So just reassess it and just check out her face, everybody. Not the same person, not the same situation. How long are we into it now? Like 28 minutes or something? Not that long. Yeah, take your time. So just reassess it. And then you can pick it up, Crystal, when you get an answer. When I tell people to reassess it, I tell them like all versions. Check your emotional life, check your genetics, check your physical, spiritual, karmic, whatever. Whatever you believe in, check that. And just be honest. Tell me what you find.
Sorry, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to the group right now, but yes,
Okay. Are you asking me?
you're in the group.
Sorry.
I'm just talking to everybody and saying
Yeah.
that that's how I ask a
Okay.
person when they're in a session to gather up their assessment. That's it. She's just feeling subconscious. There you go. Are you are
My
doing?
face is on
I
fire.
know, I know. And by the way, so while she's having this moment, subconscious moment, Crystal, what does the fire represent? Like, why the temperature? Do you have a sense of that?
Tapas.
Yeah. What is it? What is it? Explain.
Burning off karma.
Exactly. It's just energy moving. It's energy moving. You can think of it as karma being burnt off. You can think of it as releasing the past. You can think of it as vibratory, electric. But it's as long as you're watching it and observing that you can see it happening, you know it's a movement of the subconscious mind. So we've learned a lot about how she's subconscious. Some of it is tears, some of it is hand to the face, some of it is temperature, lots of different things that she's offered us. And this is how your relationship with your clients evolves. Oh, I remember Amanda. She's the one who blah, 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 blah. And then you become an expert at her and how she is. It's very special. It's the only person in the world who knows her that way. Like, think about it. It's so cool. It's an honor.
So are we reassessing the problem now?
That's right. Thank you. Keep going. We were giving her time.
Yeah. How do you see the problem now, Amanda?
I'm not even sure how to answer that. I procrastinate for some reason. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not
Think
sure.
it's going to be a problem?
No,
Are you
no,
sure?
I'm sure.
I don't know where to go from there, Maya.
Do you believe her?
85%?
Okay, present her with a situation where she would have procrastinated before and see what she does.
Sorry, one second. I'm just so distracted by kids right now. I need to go just do one small thing, okay? Just one
Take your
second.
time, no issues at all. So I'm going to teach you the session structure tomorrow, but when you get to that place of what was the problem? I don't even know what I'm doing here. Which problem? Or I
I
used
have
to
a
have a problem, or like, where are we? What's going on? Then the client is telling you, give me a test. It's time to test me. So I'm going to talk about testing tomorrow because it's a very important part of my process. But that's what I just suggested to you. So it's a preview of tomorrow, which is let's give her a test and see if she passes. And it's
So,
all theoretical, right? Like there's no actual pass or fail. We're just seeing, like, okay, how much more time does she need? How much more attention does she need?
so let's say tomorrow
Perfect.
you get a call from the municipality that you forgot to pay your tax bill.
Nice.
How are you going to react?
That instantly, like, give me such bad anxiety. I swear.
Exactly.
gonna-
So that's why we're testing her because she still has a knot. It's
Yeah.
not solved.
So what's the anxiety?
Not what's the anxiety? That's too conscious. Do you see
What
why, Crystal? Do you see how what's the anxiety creates a conscious answer? It's like that creates a lot of resistance even in me.
what what does that make you feel?
The
When
anxiety
somebody
makes me feel
just
anxious.
to, sorry, just to interrupt you, so I'm going to do this tomorrow also, but when somebody gives you a physical cue, I really think they're asking to be asked.
Yeah.
So when she like puts her hands on her neck and says, "This is where I feel it," I really really want to utilize that. So I, instead of "what are you feeling" or whatever you said, which was kind of overarching, go more specific. So I see your hands are on your throat. What's going on there?
Yeah.
And why would we do that? Just to put attention on it, just because she went there. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just following her. But she did it. What's going on in your throat?
That's where I feel anxiety.
Right. And what does it
It's
feel like in your
tight
tight? Okay.
tension.
Tension. Right. This is
Yeah.
called emotional trance method. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. ETM. Just put your attention onto their body, their attention onto their body. So your throat feels tight. Is it like the cage that you described? When you
It
feel
is.
like you're in the cage? Okay. So the tax bill puts you in the cage.
Yeah, I think it. What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
It almost feels like I have to do the thing I'm familiar with.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
So it like instantly gives me anxiety because I know it's going to make me feel anxious because I have to do this thing
Because taxes give everybody anxiety.
that's why my husband takes care of them. That's
Right, exactly.
Don't say that word around me.
That's right. Isn't that what we've been all told to believe?
Hmm.
Why wouldn't we believe it?
Mhm. I'm the one who does the taxes for our family.
Mhm.
It's me months, and it's months of pain because I put it off so long.
What if you did the taxes and it was just something you had to do?
And I just did it that day and it was done.
Well, you're going to have to do it one way or another. So what's the difference if you suffer through it? And this is coming from someone who only this year figured that out. I will have to submit them whether I cry or not.
Right.
So I could just do it without the crying. What do you think of that?
So freeing.
I mean, are you doing it the old way because you don't know how to do it a different way? Are you going to have to submit the taxes whether you cry or not?
Mhm.
Okay. Are you going to have to pay with your body for the rest of your life?
That's a choice.
Who decided that you would? That's a good question. Who decided that whole thing that we were going to have to all cry and writhe around in order to live in society?
Not me.
I mean, who did? Anybody?
Just agree to it, I guess.
I mean, isn't that true that it's like somewhere in the subconsciousness of society overall, and we've all just adopted this? Who is to blame for that? I'm not super into blame, but when I get to blame like an institution, I'm fine with it. I mean, who's to blame for this whole dynamic?
Fuck the system because
Yeah,
I don't like this.
it is though. It's like the system. Maybe it's like white men who've controlled the system. I don't know exactly, but it's something like that. And who does that affect?
All of us.
Yeah. And who does it affect right now, specifically in this conversation? Okay. And who do you affect?
Everyone around me.
Okay. So the tax idea that someone came up with at the top, whenever millions of years ago, now is affecting like you and your kids. Who made a decision about that?
That's the way I handle it, right?
Yeah. So you made a decision about it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of that?
It's a pretty bad decision.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty expected decision. Like I said, this was my first year that I figured it out. So it's a decision many of us have been making for decades, not just you. But now that you're thinking it through, what do you want to do?
I want to let go. And I want to be brave enough to do what I'm not familiar with.
Do you all see how the structure of her face is like evolving and maturing right in front of you? Rewatch the video and you rewatch it too, Amanda. It's really interesting. I mean, I don't know if you all can see it, what I think I can see. So you want to evolve, you said, into a more what?
I handle things in a more mature and even way.
What quality do you need to develop in order to realize that?
I don't think I need to develop anything. I think I just need to let go of what I'm familiar with.
Isn't that an amazing subconscious answer? I asked her, what quality do you need to develop? And I want her to say something like courage or whatever. And she's like, fuck that. I know what I need. I don't need anything. I'm good the way I am. I need to let go. Perfect answer. Right. Let go of what?
What I said. Familiar, just living in this familiar way.
Is the familiar way good?
It's terrible.
Is it hurting you?
It is hurting.
So the familiar way is the hurtful bad way.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with that?
I want to let go of it.
Okay. Where do you want to put it? You want to burn it? You want to bury it? You want to light it on fire? What do you want to do?
Yeah, burn it would be great.
Okay. Go ahead.
I
Go
often,
right ahead.
yeah, I often just write things on paper and burn them to release.
Can you do it right now, or do you need to do it in a ritual?
I have
like, yes, I have a lighter right here.
I have my magic little cauldron right here.
Amanda, that's the first time anyone has ever just pulled out their I'll burn it right now materials.
They're always handy.
I love that. So we have a witch in the house. Perfect. Okay.
Absolutely.
So do you want to burn them mentally or do you want to actually burn them?
Should I burn it?
Yep. However you want to. This is the perfect, most perfect depiction we're having right now of the subconscious mind of the client. She has her own fucking cauldron already ready to go. I mean, come on. We couldn't even write this stuff. Like novels are made of this kind of material.
I've got a lighter around here somewhere.
I mean, talk about transformation.
I won't make you guys wait if I don't have a lighter in here. I'll do it later.
Crystal is shaking her head. It's hilarious.
I'm shaking my head. I've got my burning bowl right behind me.
That's great.
This
This session will go down in history. The three witches got together and did some ritual burning in Maya's training. Perfect. I love it. See, now she's on a path. Now there's no stopping her. When somebody gets on a path, let them do what they're doing.
Yeah.
Support it, encourage it, be excited. That's it. They're going to feel awesome. It's going to be exactly. It's going to feel like $1 million. Totally worth it. Always. This is how the session should always go, wherever they're going.
Mhm.
However they envision it, however they see it being fixed is correct.
I don't remember what am I burning?
Yeah, what are you
Way?
what are you burning? Please tell me.
I keep wanting to say like my familiar way of being, but that's not it. That
Yeah.
doesn't fit.
What is it? Your familiar way of burning, your familiar way of being has made you who you are.
My attachment to familiarity.
Okay, perfect. Exactly. Because the way you are is fine. It's just the way you want to be is different from that. Right. My attachment. That's perfect.
Oh, don't do this to me. You're burning.
Wow. I love it.
Hmm.
This is my first one of these, Amanda. You're like breaking records right now. Setting new standards. So you're burning your attachment to it? To the old way?
Attachment to familiarity.
Right.
This doesn't want to light. I might have to wait and do it later. I don't want to.
Can you do it in your mind?
I can.
Okay. And do it. There you go. See, the mind is powerful. What did I tell you? Right. There you go. Goodbye, attachment. Thank you for all of your service. It's been nice knowing you. Thanks for being part of my life for 44 years. And now, catch you later. Good luck. What are you going to put in place of that attachment that's burning in your witch's cauldron?
Freedom.
Okay. What's happening? That's it. Take your time. Yep. Beautiful. Take your time. I didn't tell her to do any of what she's doing right now. Neither did Crystal.
Wow. Yeah.
That's it. And how do you feel?
So light.
Nice. And what's going on with your procrastination? Your former procrastination. Exactly. I said your former procrastination. I said that. Corrected myself. Right. Exactly. What procrastination? Okay. Are you satisfied, Crystal?
Well, now I wonder, do I need to test her again?
Well, that's what I was at wondering what you feel. What's your instinct?
I think we need to test it again.
Happy Halloween, everybody. I agree. You need to test it again because for all I know, she's just putting on some kind of theatrics because it's what she's used to. So I don't want to let her off the hook. And then she calls me in 2 weeks and tells me she's got issues still. So I want to keep testing.
So, Amanda, we'll go back to the same question. Tomorrow, you get a call No? Different question?
No, no, yeah, I was with you. Sorry to interrupt you.
Tomorrow you get a call that you're late paying your taxes. What happens?
I sit down and do it instantly because it's a priority.
And what if you have something to do like pick up kids? Beautiful.
And
Take a moment.
I do it right after that. Top
Right.
priority comes first and go in order.
Exactly. Go in
What?
order.
Who
Right.
am I?
Exactly. Who are you? Right. Someone who goes in order?
Yeah,
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
that's the way it needs to be done, right?
Going in order makes more sense for your kids.
Yeah.
Just keep reminding them, why are they doing this? It makes more sense for the kids. It makes more sense for you. It makes more sense for your health. It feels better. It's a nicer feeling.
Mhm.
Is it okay to put things on a list and do them at a time at which there's enough time? Like maybe taxes takes 3 hours for all I know. And maybe you can't just say, okay, tomorrow I put it on the schedule. Is it okay to write it down at such a time that you could do it?
Absolutely, because it just as long as it's going in order of priority, right?
That's right. And so would you do it when it came up on the calendar?
If that was the priority on that day, yes.
Right. And if not, you could do it sooner.
Yes.
Okay. Crystal, are you satisfied?
I think so.
Okay. Try a different one.
Okay. Tomorrow,
Go further into the future just to really test it. So we're going to get more extreme with testing. I'll show you tomorrow how to do it. And now go further into the future and crazier. I would say something like, hey, I noticed there's some aliens on your shirt. So what if the aliens, Mhm. just to go really crazy,
I don't even know where to go with your alien.
right? So what if the aliens tell you that if you procrastinate for the next 2 weeks, you can go to Barbados?
Then what?
No, I will just, you know what I'll do? I will not procrastinate and I will work hard to come up with the money to go to Barbados myself.
Are you lying?
I am not lying.
Okay, so you would pay for your own trip to Barbados
Yeah.
because you'd be earning the money and that would feel good.
What?
I mean, that was a little tough question. I might procrastinate for 2 weeks if someone was giving me but I mean, but really what I'm just trying to demonstrate for you for the purposes of the training is we want to keep extrapolating, keep going out into the future, keep making it more weird and more complicated, and just see the strength of their conviction.
Mm.
Like that's what I really wanted was to see her enthusiasm.
Mm.
And it was there. So now I feel pretty confident. How do you feel, Amanda?
Great.
Are you lying though? Are you not telling us something? Are you withholding something?
Absolutely not. No,
Okay.
I'm still
Okay.
pretty dreamy right now and
Beautiful.
make
Love that.
so much as possible now that I've let go of this.
I love that. Awesome. Well, thanks for volunteering.
Thank you so much for this.
Chris, my pleasure. You're still sticking around for a couple more days, so we have much more to do. Crystal, how do you feel?
Good. That was so interesting.
Isn't it? And how long did it take?
I don't know. I didn't look at when we started, to be honest.
I mean, we're like somewhere like under an hour or just over an hour, but it's not very much time. How long have you had this problem?
30 years.
Okay. So, do you think somebody will pay $1,500 to solve a problem in 59 or 80 minutes or whatever it was, 60 minutes that they've had for decades?
Yeah. 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 Because why wouldn't you?
Without
What?
side effects that are not going to come back?
Honestly, why wouldn't you? It's insane.
Did it feel good? How did it feel to you? Did it feel stressful?
Euphoric.
Yeah, it's a euphoric feeling. It feels amazing. That's what fractionation does. That's the result of fractionation, is the euphoria. Crystal, was it easy for you? I mean,
No.
aside from the fact that I interrupted you 5,000 times.
No, it wasn't easy. I mean, yes, it's easier compared to like, I mean, months and months, obviously, but you were doing most of it. But like, it definitely highlights like how much there is to learn about questions.
Okay, well, that's fair. But did you feel pressure to solve it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said. There's a lot to learn for sure. And obviously, I'm aggressively interested in my approach, so I interrupted you. We could have let it go on for longer and made it less interrupting for you. But
But I
did you
don't think
have
I wouldn't have learned as much because
okay,
I
good.
think watching and being involved is really because it keeps me very, very present.
Totally.